All right, episode 14. Yeah, episode 14, Nerd Happening Podcast. We have our special guest, Katie, today.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And Kim, as always, sometimes. And we're talking about games, completing them, and...
How to do it,
Yeah,
I guess.
Walkthroughs.
walkthroughs and such.
I have just a small collection of walkthroughs.
That's a big collection.
That's not all of them.
No, there's a couple still at home. I left my Destiny 2 at home because I haven't played the game yet.
She couldn't lift them. Let's be honest.
If I would have put the other two in there, because I have another Skyrim walkthrough that doesn't have the extra stuff. This one's got the revised and expanded, like the extra missions and stuff in it, and the other one's just regular. So it's a little bit thinner, but
A little bit, yeah.
a little bit. I don't think I could have carried all of them.
It's just a hair thinner.
Just a hair thinner. I don't know. I've been using walkthrough since I was a kid,
Look at this
playing
thing.
computer games.
Okay, so the funny thing is, not off topic or anything, but Fred is looking for Sunny right now. He's like looking around like, where the hell's my brother? What the hell? We put Sunny in the room so he doesn't,
Tarzan down one of the cameras again.
Yeah, he's pretty aggressive when it comes to podcasts. He's like, why aren't you guys paying attention to me? What the hell?
Pretty much, yeah.
Maybe you guys will have to do like a cat
Cat cast.
channel
Mm-hmm.
where you just video you guys giving the kitties love.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm
So
going to make
cute.
a kitty Instagram. Anyways, this isn't about cats, so let's go.
Oh,
Let's
video
talk
games.
about kitties. I
Oh.
like kitties, but I like
Who
video
doesn't?
games too.
A lot of people don't like cats. A lot of people are dog people.
Anyway, back to video games. Skyrim. Yeah, this thing it's a beast.
It is. It is.
The game's
I,
huge.
Oh, I brought this just so I could show it off.
Way at the bottom.
Way at the bottom. Of course I unloaded it first because I was so proud of it. My secrets of Skyrim before I had a walkthrough. Making my potions.
It's like playing games in the 90s.
Yeah. My first walkthrough I ever remember having, we had the Monty Python Meaning of Life computer game. And it was the most insane puzzle game to try and get through. And we got stuck and got stuck and got stuck. So we asked my dad to find a walkthrough for us. And he did. And printed off probably about this size walkthrough to get through the game so we could finally beat it. But that kind of started my love of having walkthroughs. And the better I get, the less I need it. It's just nice to have it for, like my Fable ones, just for finding dig spots and the dive spots and stuff like that. I don't really use it for much else because the game plays through pretty easily. But like Skyrim, some of these other games, it's nice to have something telling you what to do.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
It's so nice. Oh, man. Like this one we just got for the Resident Evil 5 one we just got for the little symbols they have throughout the game because we couldn't find them no matter what. No matter how many times we tried to play through, we couldn't find them all. We had, like, one eluded us every single time. So we got the walkthrough just for the little symbols you have to shoot to unlock everything.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I'm finding a few here and there.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. I know we've got more at home.
Yeah, I remember being a kid back in the 90s, and it was pretty much... if you didn't know somebody who knew what to do for little things, or maybe you got a Game Informer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe your parents got you a subscription, or you just picked one up every once in a while. Yeah, you're just on your own.
Oh, yeah. It was really nice when the walkthroughs started popping up here and there. It definitely helped us get through our games and have more fun playing them. Because when you get stuck, and you want to set the game down and not pick it up again, it's kind of pointless to,
Yeah,
makes it less fun to game when you can't
if
play
you want
through it and
to,
enjoy it.
if you want to complete all the side quests anyway.
Well, even sometimes there's certain games like Red Dead Redemption 2. Steve got me the second one and the walkthrough for my birthday, and I really didn't like it because I couldn't get past certain parts, and I was frustrated because I had no problem with the first one. So much fun playing the first one, but for some reason couldn't get into the second one like I did the first one. I was really disappointed with that one.
The first one's always the best.
For so many things. For so
Sometimes.
many things.
Get out of here.
I don't know. For like the BioShock series, I really liked how those games progressed.
Yeah.
Like I'd never played 1 or 2, and I sat down and played Infinite and was super like sad and disappointed when I beat the game because I didn't realize I had played through it to the end until the end. I'm like, aw, like this was so much fun. Why does it have to be over?
I hate doing that.
Oh man.
It's like getting to the end of a TV show.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really bad at leaving the last episode unwatched, so I
See-
never have to close the chapter.
That's what we do.
Ever.
And there's been times where we've been watching stuff and not knowing it's the last episode, and then all of a sudden realizing we're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because we're not like prepared to watch the last one. You know what I mean? Like mentally ready for it.
Like we just watched down to the last episode of Happy on Netflix. It's a sci-fi show. One of
never
the
heard of
guys
it.
from Law and Order is in it, one of the detectives, and he's awesome in it. He is a disgraced cop who's an alcoholic and meets this little flying unicorn that is an imaginary friend of a little girl, and you find out that it's his daughter's imaginary friend, and he didn't know he had a daughter, so he has to go save his daughter from the bad Santa man because there's like this creepy homeless dude that's on meth. It's a sci-fi, so they're like, go there. Like, it is weird and out there, and I really like it a lot. Steve doesn't like it as much as I do, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy
It
out
is
there.
really crazy out there, and like it gets so outrageous. There's aliens in it. There's like crazy raves in it. There's a really perverted children's host, like the Wiggles style guy, but
Oh, I
absolutely
hated that guy.
psychotic. Like, it's really good. I like it a lot. I don't know why I like it so much.
It's like full science fantasy.
Kind of,
It's
yeah. Like,
crazy.
it starts off not being that crazy, and then it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. I'm like, no way, no
That's
way.
probably why you like it, because it's keeping your attention. Like, holy shit, what's next? It's like 2020. What the hell?
It is crazy. It's crazy, but it's so much fun. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, distracted.
Yeah, in the past couple of years, I haven't really played a lot of like campaign games. I've been playing mostly battle royales. They don't
okay.
really have, or like Overwatch, where it has a story, but you have to piece it together from little bits here and there.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been able to put down Borderlands 3 since it came out. Like, that's my go-to game. I haven't finished the final mission because I don't
want it to end.
want it to end. Like, I realize it's going to restart at the same level I'm at right now, just like the Diablo games do, you know, but it's still like, I don't know, not depressing, but there's like a little piece of sadness when you finish a game that you really enjoy playing. Like, It's like, I'm not ready to close that chapter yet. So I've been doing all like the side missions, and because I really do like to do that. Like, finish all the side missions in an area before I go on to the next area. I like to make sure my map is all the way explored because I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Like, Steve and I can't play together because I irritate the crap out of him because I want to open every single box and look through everything and jump over here and jump over there, especially in the new one, because there's so many different ways to get up to places you never could have gotten to in 2. You wouldn't even thought to try and get up to. And I'm like, oh, that looks like I could jump up on that little ledge right there. And I try, and holy shit, there's a big old chest. And it's a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't like to blow through a game too fast. I learned my lesson with BioShock Infinite.
Watch out the ball will fall off, remember?
You're having too much fun playing with those balls.
It's
Kim.
this. I can't get this adjusted quite right.
Mm-hmm.
I never sit over. It's still not right. I never sit over here, so I'm not used to it. Feels better.
Okay.
Yeah, you only sit over there when I come over.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the last one I went through completion was like Arkham Knight years
oh my
ago.
gosh, I don't think I haven't played that one in so long. I don't remember the last time I played that one. That was a long.
Yeah, I even bought all the DLC because I didn't want it to end either.
Mm-hmm. I've done that before. It's just, yeah, sometimes you just don't want to finish it because it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I still play BioShock Infinite, but it's not as much fun because I know how the game ends.
Of course.
And so I don't know. I try and delay beating a game as long as possible because I enjoy it. Like I really enjoy the storyline and just the way the weapons and stuff are on some of them. And like I wish I had a walkthrough for this Far Cry Primal game. Like that would be nice.
I'm sure there's one out there.
The guys at GameStop have always told us when they're like they have a certain amount of time they're allowed to sell these walkthroughs, and then when they can't sell them anymore, they rip like the first 3 pages off and throw them away. Like they can't even mark them down and continue to sell them in the stores. So, like some of these we've found at Disc Traders, like on their markdown rack and stuff. So we snatch them right up anytime. Like it's a game we might want to play or have at home. If I see a walkthrough for it, I'm gonna buy it because they only sell them like limited time.
I don't understand why they would do that.
I've never understood that, and none of those employees understood it either. They're like, it's the dumbest thing ever. Like we waste all these walkthroughs.
I think
because not everybody wants to buy one.
Well, I think it's because there's so many games out there and they just don't have enough room for every single walkthrough. Like
I get that, but then you ship it back to your warehouse and you make it available on your website.
Yeah, instead of
you should be able to do that.
Instead of
yes.
wasting all that product and material. And
if I was a GameStop employee, I would, or any of that, I would. All right, what are we gonna throw away? I'm gonna buy these, sell them on the internet.
You can make good money on it too, because walkthroughs are hard to come by sometimes. We used to have a Game of the Year edition for Borderlands. It was a nice hard copy like that one, and lent it to a friend, and he got robbed. Supposedly,
they took the walkthrough.
He had borrowed a game system from us, a whole bunch of games, a whole bunch of walkthroughs, and somebody broke into his van when he was in the parking lot by Disc Traders. I'm like, yeah, somebody broke in. No, you just sold it all because you're an idiot. Your mama should have hit you harder.
That's terrible.
Terrible. I know sometimes.
Terrible.
Sometimes I get a little terrible. Can't help it.
Terrible.
The terrible normally is contained inside. Sometimes it escapes.
Is that your first drink?
Yeah, I had to water it down like 4 times because it was like syrup crown you were pouring out of the freezer.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't.
Well, I
remember the
asked
last
you how
time
much you wanted
it.
in there, and you said, "Oh, the same as you." So.
And then I realized that was wrong.
And in conclusion, I got played.
In conclusion, I screwed myself over with that decision.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's been a while. I really don't remember. I don't know. I don't drink. I'm not a drinker. My family is, but I'm not a big drinker.
It's like, it's fun to be buzzed. I don't really get the point. Like, I don't understand why people are like, I'm getting drunk tonight. Why?
I don't understand what the blackouts or here, let me drive the porcelain bus the rest of the night or,
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I
like being buzzed,
too many
though.
nights in my 20s waking up and I'd was spooning the toilet because I'd fallen asleep in the bathroom after puking my guts out.
Anyway, back to video games.
I learned my lesson with that one. You shouldn't drink and play video games if you're trying to read your walkthroughs.
Oh, yeah,
that
of course.
Doesn't work.
I remember when Skyrim came out, my buddy Joe came over, and he literally, heck, at my mom's just pulled the main recliner up to the dining room table where he put his TV on, because he was like, I think it was when he was living with us, and just put his Xbox on there and started playing it. If he wasn't working, he was playing Skyrim.
It's been so long since I've picked that one up that I would probably have to start a new character to remember everything.
Nah, it'll be fine.
I liked this one a lot.
You okay there?
I liked Oblivion too. That one was a lot of fun. The one just before Skyrim.
I never really played any of the Elder Scrolls or anything.
It was pretty good. I've been playing Elder Scrolls forever. Forever.
Do you have those like weekly meeting things? I don't know anything about
Like
that.
Completionist Anonymous or something.
No, I have no idea. All I know is that I was over.
Walkthroughaholics.
I don't know. I was at Sarah's house and her boyfriend plays it, and he was like they were all sitting at a table. He was on his computer playing, and they were all sitting at the table, and they were all talking. So there was some type of meeting happening, and I was like, "Is this what the game is? Like, what the fuck?"
No.
So I don't know what they were
probably
doing.
Playing WoW, World of Warcraft.
No, they were playing Elder Scrolls. They were having some type of meeting.
Yeah, there's an online version.
Okay, there is. I like people to leave me the alone when I play my games.
Yeah,
So-
they're in some type of group or something.
Yeah, probably
I
a
don't
guild
have,
of some
I
sort.
don't,
Yeah, a
I don't
guild.
play with
There we
people
go.
online.
okay.
Like they had that Neverwinter game that was free on Xbox with the
Yeah,
gold
yeah.
or whatever, and I stopped playing it because I don't know you. I don't want to play with you. Leave me alone and let me play my game the way I want to play it. Like
I worked
don't know.
all day. I just want to have fun. Leave me the hell alone.
Right, like I don't want to put my headset in. I don't want to talk to you. I just please leave me alone and let me kill things.
I think Skyrim's it's like a spin-off game, isn't it?
I think
It's not
so.
an actual Elder Scroll, but it's like a side
I think
thing,
so.
side thing. Kind of like Apex is it's its own game, but it's set in the Titanfall universe.
Oh, okay.
So it shares continuity, and I think that's kind of how Skyrim is.
Okay, yeah, I've been playing. That's one of my favorites for like old school RPGs. I grew up playing Elder Scrolls. Like, I didn't realize I was playing the Final Fantasy games back in the day because I wasn't the one plugging the cartridge in. I just had the controller in my hand. But yeah, I've been playing RPGs since my dad took me to my first computer show. They used to have this awesome one at the Lansing Center, and we get to pick out a new sound card, a new audio card, and a couple new games to go with it. So I had we had Rise of the Triad, Descent, Jill of the Jungle, which is just like a pixel, we had to run it through DOS. I'm old. Don't look at me like that.
It's just funny because I have no idea what any of that means.
DOS is like, okay, like nowadays when you turn on your computer, it automatically opens to like a Windows screen.
Mm-hmm.
When I was first helping my dad build computers in the basement, you would open it up to DOS, which is your operating system. And then from DOS, you could tell it to, all right, run a game or open Windows. And when it would open Windows or...
So it was like a program that would open your programs.
Yes, and now it's like automatically does that on its own. You can still use your DOS, I believe. I think you can still use DOS through Windows, but it doesn't like your computer doesn't.
What's the point of
automatically
using
open it.
DAWs though?
DOS gives you like immediate control of what you want the computer to do. Like on like NCIS and CSI where they're like typing into like a black screen with green writing, that's some kind of basic operating system program.
Okay.
Might not exactly be DOS, but you totally know what I'm talking about, don't you? Do you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah, I
Arthur?
know what you're talking about.
Okay. But yeah. Nope, we used to, I don't know. I'm a nerd. I don't say it out loud very often, but I'm a nerd for sure.
We all
You
know.
say it out loud enough. You're like an indoor nerd and an outdoor nerd because you're like, look at that spider. That's a 8-leg. You say all this shit, and I'm just looking at you like, what the
That's
fuck?
Johnny Long Legs. Oh, look, there's a jumping spider. Oh, look, that one will fucking kill you.
Like we'll be standing at work and she's just like, that's poison ivy, that's this, and I'm just looking at her like, I don't walk over there.
Yeah, I was telling you so you don't accidentally walk over there. You know?
Yeah, well, I'll just leave work early. That's it.
You don't want poison ivy, bro.
I know.
Trust me.
What's
I can't mix a potion to help you with poison ivy, okay? No matter how in-depth this walkthrough is, I can't.
Well, there's like
There's only like 3 ingredients.
there's that shit that you rub on
actually
yourself.
exist in the real world, okay?
You rub that pink shit on you.
Calamine lotion.
Yeah, that's the potion that you can make. Some calamine lotion.
Calamine potion.
Mm-hmm. Calamine potion lotion, baby.
Just don't mistake it for Pepto.
That might work too. Pepto fixes fucking everything.
If you say so, bro. I think it tastes like bleh.
I don't do Pepto. I don't think I've ever even tried Pepto. Arthur, we have Pepto in the bathroom though right now.
Mm-hmm. So you have a Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. I actually never cracked the walkthrough on this one.
I have that on my computer.
I should.
Which one is it for?
It's for the they remastered them all. They remastered them all
Mm-hmm.
and released it in a trilogy.
Okay.
So it's all 3.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
That's what we have on the computer.
Oh, okay.
It's so much fun. I oh my god. Hoodabuga. Love this game. So much fun.
I played the first 3. I remember I
That's
played it on like
for
PlayStation though. The first 2 were on PlayStation, I think.
Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3. Excuse me, Warped. Sorry, guys.
Warped was fun. I think that was probably my favorite one.
Mine too.
I think. Yeah.
Mine too.
'Cause you got a lot of extra powers and stuff like that you could do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun.
Was
This
that the one
one-
that had the side quests? There was like, not side quests, but extra little ones where you ride the motorcycle or ride the polar bear or whatever. Maybe that might have
Yes.
been 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that was like my favorite part of that game.
And like you board on like surf on the lava in one
Yeah.
of them. Yep. Some of those
It's probably my
levels
favorite part.
I hated. Like when my brother and I would sit down and play games, like any like flying games or any levels like that, I handed the controller over to him and he'd do them. Or like when we were playing Final Fantasy and we'd come up to a boss and he'd get frustrated, so he handed the controller to me. And I don't know. I remember one time we used our Game Shark.
I loved having the Game Shark.
Oh, it was so nice. Except when you're playing Final Fantasy VII, because you couldn't save the game with your Game Shark codes running and then start that game back up because it would corrupt the data.
I never did for me.
So, well, on ours, it wouldn't. It never worked right. It always corrupted the saves. So we started it and would constantly play it through. And I remember one time we were fighting one of the huge monsters. It was like the Emerald Weapon, I think, the sand one, where he sends all your characters away except for one, and he does 1 damage at a time. We got tired of holding the attack button down, so we rubber banded the attack button down and went outside to go swimming, and then came back in like 3 hours later, and we still hadn't beat him yet. So went back outside again, and yeah. It was frustrating, man. It's doing 1 damage. One guy doing 1 damage. It took like 7 hours to beat that thing. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Redonkulous.
Donkalonkulous. Ugh. It's terrible. So terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible, terrible.
What other games you
It's got
got?
so much
Or whatever walkthroughs.
Oh my god. There's so many. This Resident Evil one. Like, we didn't even open it other than to find those stupid freaking symbols. I remember. Because we played through everything else perfectly. I don't know. They're like little blue symbols that are like hidden throughout, and you got to shoot them, and it unlocks achievements and guns and stuff.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
The first Borderlands. This one was so much fun. So much fun.
I've never played Borderlands.
I love it. Oh, I love it so much. So
I've
much.
never played it either.
Like, I've never played the other, like the Far Cry ones, but like that one's a lot of fun. But I don't know. Some people like Borderlands, and some people like the other games that came out around that time instead. And I'm addicted. I'm utterly addicted to playing Borderlands. Like, no joke. Like, BioShock 2, BioShock Infinite. This one was a lot of fun. BioShock 2.
I remember when the first one came out and it freaked everybody out playing it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was. I remember a game called Fear came out about that same time. And
Yeah.
Steve freaked me out really bad. He shut all the lights off in the house. So the only light was the TV. And he started playing Fear. And it scared the shit out of me. I made him turn like 4 lights back. And I'm like, nope, I hate you right now. I hate you right now. That's not okay.
That's great.
Well, he was just chuckling at me. I swear I've got all 3 Fable walkthroughs.
I love Fable.
It's so much fun. Like, every time I play through it, I can't ever be bad.
I love
Like,
the
I
sound
always-
effects.
when you go all evil, you can't buy nothing in the shops. Everybody runs away from you, so you can't do half the stuff.
See,
you
I've
need
done
to
it
do.
both ways. The hardest part is when you get the dog, and then when the dog gets injured and you have to like let it be injured. That was the hardest part for me when I went evil.
Oh,
You know, because you don't heal them.
Oh, that's right.
So the whole time you're just like, like I know
I
you're
don't know.
fake,
I
but I'm
liked
like,
how cool the dog looked. Like as you got more evil, like your dog would look creepier and creepier.
yeah, because it was all messed up from you not feeding it or healing it or.
Well, it's like even your appearance, like your character appearance would get darker and like scarier looking, like the more bad stuff you did.
Yep.
I don't know. Some like
Fable's such a good
the
game.
worst stuff I did was like kicking every chicken that I saw as hard as I possibly could. Like, oh man, it makes me want to do it in real life so bad.
No, you better not.
Like just to see if they make the same noise.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm 100% positive they do.
Like that was one of my favorite missions in Fable was the chicken one, where you have to dress in the chicken costume and round up all the
Yep.
chickens, because if you take long enough, the chickens start singing this weird chicken song where it's like obviously not chickens clucking, it's people going buck, 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 buck. Like it was so funny. I just let him stand there so I could listen to the whole thing. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I love it.
That's amazing.
Oh man, I do that a lot sometimes. I don't know. It's fun getting into the games, and these definitely help.
Yeah, Fable was like, that was the game that started off the whole, your consequences have actions down the road,
Yes. Oh yeah.
or your actions have consequences down the road.
Yeah, I definitely liked all the Fable ones, even the one that
Fable 1 right now is free on Xbox.
was it Fable Journey or whatever. That
I
was
don't think I played that one.
like they had a Fable that came out with the Kinect,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I played the first two, but I never played Fable 3.
and everybody hated it so bad.
That's what
and
I've heard.
I'm sitting in my living room, fireball, lightning, like just. I downloaded a demo. I'm like, I have to have this game, and then I never ended up buying it, which made me sad. But now we still got the Kinect. I want to find it again and yell at my TV, because like you play it sitting down, and like you can either just say the word or you can do the motion, and I
Do both.
yeah. I want to make sure it's going to do what I want it to do. Fireball, fireball. I don't know. I had a lot of fun playing that one. More fun than I probably should have had playing it.
It's fun. It's video games. You're supposed to have fun.
When I was a kid, like that's what we daydreamed about. Was being able to play video games like that. Like when Steve in American Dad, when Steve Smith the family goes to his like Native American half brother's house, and his cousins got like the crazy VR playroom. Like that's what we daydreamed about as children. Like so, I'm like that was so exciting to me to play a game like that, because I didn't really like Fruit Ninja was okay, but it got boring so fast.
I just like how you're like, I like, you know, like when Steve, and I'm like, your husband. And then you're like, Steve Smith. I was like, American Dad.
My favorite cartoon thing of that was Futurama, when they took Fry.
Oh my God,
And
yes.
like,
and he went into the,
yeah,
yes.
and he's like, they're like, oh, there's these things called video games. You ever heard of them? He's like, I think I have. And he's just
Massacring
dominating
everybody. That would totally be me. That would
yeah.
totally be me. Except I probably would have Steve Smithed it and just shot everything with my crotch too. Just pew, pew, pew. Why not?
One of my newest little additions, my buddy Levi, who was on the last podcast. I forgot to show it, but there's a little Fry and Bender over there in front of Rick.
Aw. Well, that's way cool. I like your Predator.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
Predator's
That's sweet
badass. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit. I'm just
Yeah,
looking
you
at
haven't
that.
been down here in a while, so we've added a few things.
Yeah, that looks sweet.
But the Batman, the Batgirl on the scooter.
Oh, nice.
We were missing a poster because Sonny's a dick.
I'm pretty sure Sonny took it down because that camera was on the floor too.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He did try and jump on that the last time I was here.
Yeah.
He was trying to jump on that picture.
He,
on the
like,
wall.
at first, he's like, I'll just play with Fred. But then after you don't, like, after we're down here for at least an hour, he's like, what? the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Why won't they pay attention to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Burping again.
But like side quests and doing all that, like I got the World of Warcraft shirt on. I played a lot of World of Warcraft. I mean, a lot.
I would have got into that a lot harder if I would have had a PC for longer. Like once I moved out of mom and dad's, I didn't have a computer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would definitely be a wowhead. Like for sure, I would be a wowhead because that's right up my alley for gaming.
Well, you should be thankful that you have a life.
Yeah. Because it
I
was
don't
like
have a life. Do you
you'd
not
have
see
less of
these
a life.
walkthroughs right here? I don't have a life.
no, you'd have less of a life.
You'd have less of a life.
Because like when I played in high school, that's like there were times where like, oh, what time is it? Oh, we got to go to school now.
I think I did a couple of those.
Yeah,
Couple of those.
but it was easier because all my friends played it and we all played it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cataclysm was the last expansion I played in. After that, it started getting way too easy.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cookie cutter. You could pay to get to max or almost max levels like the
that's
last
no
10.
fun.
That's what I think Sarah did. She paid to
Get
'cause-
boosted.
get
Yeah,
boosted.
that's no fun, man.
Yeah, but
no
it
fun.
kind of it's almost like you kind of have to do that now to just get in there.
Kinda,
You
because
know what I mean?
otherwise you'd just be grinding. Because like when I first started playing, I played when the second expansion came out, and there were still lots of people playing at lower levels, and you could find groups for the lower level dungeons and raids.
Mm-hmm.
But as it got to like the third expansion, there was like hardly anybody in the lower levels if you wanted to start a new character.
Oh, okay.
It became until you got up to like 60 or above.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a while.
Yeah.
That's like a years of your life.
Yeah, I don't think I'm even.
No, not that long.
I know, but it
No,
like
not at all. I don't think
Griff
I'm
would-
quite there yet with the new Borderlands. I'm close, but not there yet.
My old buddy Griff would get up to 60. He would make accounts, get them up to 60 and sell them, and he would do it in like a week. Just power through it. Or he'd have people, power level him.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous.
yeah, but that's playing it 23 hours out of a 24-hour day.
Probably, yeah.
It's like one of my favorite South Park episodes.
Oh, the World of Warcraft
I love
episode?
that episode so much. Oh my god.
She's always talking so much stuff about
I watch a lot of TV.
yeah, and I'm
It's
like
alright.
I don't know anything that you're talking about.
Oh, did Kim tell you I got Steve watching Next Gen?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she told me
I
that
don't know
good.
how, but he manages to sit down every time when it's a damn Q episode. He's like, again? I'm like, he is like, I can't control it, okay? Nobody can control the Q.
He's only in like 7 episodes, too.
Oh, man. Oh, how far into it? Because he's really... Q is so irritating.
I love Q. Are
Oh
you
my
kidding
god!
me?
I love
I
Q
like
too.
him, but I want to slap that guy in his face sometimes.
I love that he's in all the newer ones. I mean, that era of Star Trek.
Did I ever tell you about my time meeting Commander Riker?
Yes,
was
yes,
the
and
best.
I,
I was
totally
just
forgot
starstruck.
that he was like the Kirk of the new Enterprise.
Pretty much.
I didn't realize it till I rewatched it. I'm like, man, I haven't seen Next Gen in so long, so I restarted it and I've been binging it really bad. I'm like, Commander Riker's a hoe.
He's a ladies' man,
He
man.
is such
Pretty
a
much.
ladies' man.
Well, when I met him, like Arthur was talking to him, so I was just kind of standing there, but I was seriously just like,
What's that jewel, Kim?
well, he's like older now, obviously, but I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I'm not attracted to him or anything, but I was just like,
He has
like,
that real life charisma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
He does.
He does.
I was like, I'm like, I really want to meet him again just so I can be like, hi.
Well, so you can't be that confident on screen and not have some of that confidence spill over into your real life.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, you have to already be a pretty confident person to play the character the way he did.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But, yeah.
Arthur.
Everybody's, I don't know, like, he's the only one that's like, hey, you got boobs. Come here.
And you can
Let me see
physically
boobs.
see him stare at the boobs,
Yes.
too. No one else does that. He's like, Hey, what's up?
It's like, hey, Riker. Yeah, right up here, buddy. Right up here.
But the funny thing about it, though, when I met him, he didn't look at me, so I'm like, I must be ugly.
Oh, you're just not wearing the proper Starfleet uniform.
Yeah, true. True story.
Because I can't stop staring at Deanna's boobs either.
Deanna looks good.
Yeah, she does.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps wearing that blue number with like the blue tights and like the dress. I like that one a lot. She
I-
doesn't look good in like the bodysuit, like the pantsuits. I don't like her in those. But
Yeah,
that
me-
one thing, I'm like,
Neither do I.
hubba.
Yeah, and I also I noticed that with like that specific season or series, I guess, there's always episodes of different planets of like hot babes in bathing suits
Yeah,
and
Steve
shit.
really
You know what I
liked
mean?
The, oh crap! It was like the Eden planet where everybody was wearing like handkerchiefs tied together for clothing. He's like,
Yeah.
it's the side boob episode.
Yep. I was thinking of season 1.
Yep. Yeah, I started way over at the beginning because it's.
Yeah.
I know I haven't seen every episode, and it's been
No?
so long since I watched them all.
It's so good.
It is
Watch
so
Voyager
good.
after this.
That's what I planned on. Well, I was kind of gonna go to Deep Space Nine afterwards because I really liked that one a lot.
I still have yet to see that because everyone tells me
It's not-
it's
and I
garbage.
feel like-
It is kind of garbage. I mean,
feel like Deep Space Nine is before Voyager,
no, they run
or
good.
they
No,
run.
Voyager was first.
Oh, okay.
'Cause there's an
Maybe we'll do
episode-
Voyager next.
There's an episode in Voyager where Riker's on there because Q brings him there,
Oh.
and he says and it's like later on. He says, "Yeah, we're fighting the Dominion."
I don't
Okay.
remember that.
No,
No, I don't remember Riker being with Janeway.
it was only for a hot minute. It was on
Oh.
the episode where
I've only seen it one time through though.
it was the episode where the one Q wanted to die,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and they were talking about how people dying or all the things that Q had done to change history.
But it wasn't the same Q from Next Gen.
No, it was him.
Oh, okay.
It was that Q trying to convince another Q not to kill himself.
Oh, okay.
Have you not seen Voyager?
It's been a long time.
Oh, okay.
And
I love Voyager.
When I
love
could stay
Janeway.
home from church is when I got to watch it. And like I'd be like, Mom, I'm sick. I'm not going to church today. And me and my dad would stay home and watch Next Generation. And then Voyager came on. And then Deep Space Nine came on. And something else came on. And then Mom was usually home from church.
Yeah, because at one point they were all running at the same time.
Were you sick every church day then?
No, not every Sunday.
You're like
Every Sunday.
2 times out of the month I'm sick.
Yeah, no, Mom wouldn't let me get away with 2. Like every now and then I get to stay home and watch Star Trek with Dad. And I loved it. It was
Well-
so much fun to watch.
Okay.
I grew up in it.
I know
You
they
guys live like right down the road from the church I grew up at.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know it's right there.
they tried making a Star Trek game online, but it never worked.
Aw.
It was kind of supposed to be like a World of Warcraft,
I
but with
can-
ships and stuff
Huh.
too.
Interesting take on it.
Kind of like Star Wars: The Old Republic, the game.
Oh, okay.
It was gonna be kind of like that, but it was a long time ago, and it wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was it?
Long time.
10+ years, maybe.
Oh, because the way he said it was a long time ago. Like he did his eyes
Galaxy
like
far.
long.
Video game time. That's a long time ago.
I know. A year ago is a long time ago.
Yeah.
It feels like it, especially after all this quarantine nonsense. I feel like it's like July next year already, and it's not.
Nope.
I know.
It's been 100 years so far in 2019. Or 2020, I mean.
I was about to
100
say it's
going on
2019.
fast.
I'm losing
what
my
the
mind.
hell?
Losing my mind already.
Oh, I was barely holding on, and now it's like it just keeps slipping through
Just
my
let it
fingers,
go.
man.
It's fine.
Ugh. So
One
crazy.
game I really love playing was Marvel Ultimate Avengers.
Oh, me too. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was so much fun. Oh,
It was like a 4-man X-Men game, or
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like X-Men Avengers. You could play as a lot of them, and it was like a above view, like
like a
kind of like StarCraft or something like that.
yeah.
And you
Where,
could
like,
all
you're
run
looking
around.
down, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had so much fun playing that. Oh my god.
Yeah, and you can like cross use powers.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the favorite things was like anyone who was, I think it was, you could be Juggernaut. You could pick up Wolverine and throw him.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool combinations that you could figure out. That would have been a nice one to have a
What-
walkthrough for.
What system's that on?
That was
Xbox.
yeah, that was Xbox.
Original Xbox.
Okay, let's talk about a good game here. Okay?
Okay.
E.T.
No, God of War. That was such a good game.
So
We were
much
talking
fun.
about that earlier.
Oh, so much fun.
It was so fun.
Well, it's if you like Prince of Persia style games, it was a lot of fun. But if you don't, if you like to button mash, it was the worst game to play.
There's a lot of quick time events, right?
Yeah, it was all timed.
Yeah.
Like you're fighting a boss, and you can't just beat the crap out of him. No, you got to beat him, and then X, Y, A, B, X, X, X again. Oh, you didn't hit it fast enough. Now you're dead. And you
See,
get to
I
start the
liked it,
whole
though.
level over again.
See-
but it was a lot of fun once you got the hang of that. Once you got used to that part of it was a lot of fun.
I mean-
Shut up, stupid thing.
I can't say too much because anytime anything was hard, I was always like, Derek, come help me. And Derek would come help me. So that's my older
Oh,
brother.
not me. I had to get really, really stuck to go get my brother
See,
because
not
he
me.
wouldn't give me the controller back.
Because I was just
We
kind
had-
of like,
we had
oh, they're
one
letting me
system
play.
to share, and it was in his room. So if I managed to get on the console, I tried not to pass up the controller for any reason at all.
See, it was
Like-
it's kind of similar, but I
Oh.
was just kind of like, hey, because I'm trying to be like involved, like, oh, I want to play with you guys, but then I was like, I'm kind of stuck. Will you help me? Because it was like my first time really playing, so I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
come help me play this, and he's like, all right, and then it would make him feel important, and then be like, here you go, and I'd be like, fuck yeah, and then, keep going.
Yeah, me and Sean used to do that. Like we'd trade off, like certain scenarios. He was better at playing it, and sometimes he'd just get tired of running around and talking to people and starting out on quests, and he just wanted to do the boss fights. I'm like, that's fine, get out of my way. Give
Yeah,
me the
'cause
dang controller.
the fun part was running around doing shit.
Being a
I had
gopher.
so much fun doing it. Oh my gosh,
Everybody loves being a gopher.
so much fun. So much fun. Like
You're a gopher.
you're a gopher.
We're
Go for
all
this, go for that.
gophers.
I don't know. I have a lot of fun doing the side quests. Like it helps you with the main story. The more side quests you can get done, like it helps you level up a little bit so that the storyline's not like lame easy, but it's easy enough that you can enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Like I do that a lot on Borderlands 3 now, where I'll do as many side missions or the DLCs that they put out as possible, so that when I'm going to do like the missions, the regular missions, it's fun to play instead of, oh my God, this stupid guy just showed up out of nowhere and he's like 3 times harder than I am, and like it,
That's what she said.
like the just the random like the random rare bosses that they do now on it. Like I don't want to be running around and come up against somebody that's gonna murder me, and then I got to go all the way back to where I was because there's too many maps that don't have enough teleports.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of what I did in WoW. I like to do all the quests in a town.
Yes.
That way you're like a level or two ahead of where you would be. Just when everything, you don't get as much experience. Most
Yep.
people are like, all right, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And then they did have those roaming specialty ones. Like Ungoro Crater, there was a Tyrannosaurus looking monster that would roam around. And it was like an area boss.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got caught off guard, it killed. But if you were a little bit higher, you could take a few hits and run away.
I had to keep an eye out for that with Skyrim because of the dragons.
Yeah.
Because you're running around and all of a sudden, holy crap, where'd that dragon come from? Run away, run away.
So now that I know about walkthroughs, you know what I would like to get a walkthrough of?
Hollow Knight?
That would be awesome too, but I was thinking Hue.
Hugh? Oh, yeah.
I beat the game, but now I'm missing some of the diamonds or whatever. So now I'm replaying it, but now I'm like, but it's a strategy game. Have you ever even looked at it?
No.
It's crazy.
I just borrowed Ark
so
from the neighbor and
fun.
hadn't even delved into that yet.
I don't even know what Ark is, but Hue is amazing.
Like
It's
it
such-
was
it's
Ark
such a
Survival or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but there's a game called Hue, H-U-E.
Like the color. Like
Oh,
hue.
okay.
Color Hue, and it's so good. So I beat the game, and now I'm like, fuck, I didn't get everything. So now I'm trying to replay the game, but now I'm like, fuck, how did I beat this level? So I'm like trying to go back through it. So it's hard, but I want to get everything because that's the way I am. I like to beat everything 100%.
Yep, that's what these beauties are for.
Yeah, but
Oh, Hugh's He was great because it's challenging, but the music is great.
Oh,
it's
nice.
so relaxing.
Imagine like,
It's piano music.
yeah, it's like,
Oh, okay.
imagine doing something hard and frustrating, but like David Attenborough's whispering in your ear. Or Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
Either
Freeman,
one works. Either
You could
one
do
works.
this.
Or like you're listening to Bob Ross. It's it's
Just
great.
happy trees, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's a happy little accident.
It's a great game.
It's such a good game.
Hollow
Oh,
Knight's
it's such a good
Hollow
game.
Knight's a lot like it.
Hollow Knight
I
is a
haven't
lot
played
like
that
it
one either.
music-wise.
Yeah,
but,
music wise. Yeah, and
that game's hard.
that is really hard.
I did not know that game was going to be hard when we bought that. It's
Mhm.
like you know how you can go through a game and not buy all the achievements, like upgrade this or upgrade that. You know how you can go through a game without doing that? Hollow Knight, you have to buy literally everything in order to beat it.
Oh.
There's little charms you get that give you certain abilities.
It's fucking hard. So I think I have like 15 or 20 minutes in it, and then I was just like, I can't do this right now. Like I seriously stopped because I'm like, I didn't know this was gonna be like this,
Oh
and
my
I
gosh.
haven't picked it back up yet because I'm just
Yep.
like, I need to be in the mood for that because it's hard.
And if you die, your like spirit floats around, and you can kill it and get back all your money. But if you die, then that goes away, and the new one comes, and then you have to
Oh.
grind out money again.
Okay.
It's really cool though. Like we can show you when we go upstairs if you want to look anyway. Hue
is a-
and Hollow Knight.
There is a bank you can put your money in, though.
I remember having to do that with Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2, you had to run back to your body to get all your crap back.
I haven't.
There's times where like I didn't have any equipment left because it was all at my dead body.
Oh my god.
And I couldn't get past the monsters to my dead body to get my stuff back. And it was so frustrating.
That sucks.
What do you do then? Just restart the level, or what do you do?
Yeah, after you like have to like restart it and stuff. But then I started saving like high level weapons and armor in my stash
Oh,
so that I had a backup.
extra set?
Yeah, I had a contingency
Yeah.
plan for when I died because it happens sometimes, you know.
shit happens, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shit always happens.
And,
That's what these are for. That's what.
and like World of Warcraft, every time you would die, you could resurrect at the graveyard, but you take like 25. It was either 10 or 25. I think it may have been 15 damage total to all your equipment.
Oh.
And after a while, you always had to repair your stuff
Yep.
because after use it would get damaged.
Yep.
But it was terrible. There was a couple times I took extra gear in like raids because if we kept dying over and over and over, and or we just get rezzed right there, yeah, I was like, oh well, my mace is broken, so I'll swap it out with this other one I have.
Yep. Yeah. I had to get in the habit of doing that with Diablo 3, was repairing my stuff, remembering every time I went back to town to sell everything, I had to repair all my stuff. Or I'd be in the middle of fighting a boss and, hey, where'd my awesome armor go? Oh, where'd that super awesome bow go? Damn it.
Yep.
Every time.
Oh, yeah.
Time.
I played a paladin too, so I had plate armor, and that was the most expensive to repair. And I was a healer, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna die because I have no offensive ability.
Yep. But you can keep yourself alive.
Oh yeah, no, I was a tank. Whenever we duel people, they were just it's because I had heals and I had a lot of armor because I wore plate, and I couldn't die, but I could barely die like a PvP, but I just could never kill anybody.
Yeah. Well, it happens, you know. Like when I play Skyrim, there's so many chests that I come across that are locked that I automatically pick a thief class every single time I play because I want to fucking pick that, damn it. And
You never know.
What
Yeah,
game
you know.
is that you pick? Pick locks.
Every
Do
game?
you do that in BioShock, don't you? Is that what I'm
No.
thinking of? No, what am I thinking of?
no,
I can specifically see it in my eyes, like
Crap,
in my,
there's a
my
few
There's a
eyes.
lot of games like
in my
that.
mind, but I
few-
see like
yeah.
two
But Skyrim has
like
like
needles.
where it like shows the old school lock. I'm not sure what other games do though.
Dying Light.
Yeah, there we go.
Dying Light is great.
That's what I'm
Oh,
picturing in my
okay.
mind. I'm picturing because I used to watch him play it all the time. I've never played this myself yet, but just you put like two bobby
yeah, your
pins
two
in, and then
lockpick
you're
tools.
like doing that.
Actually, one of them is to push the
Mm-hmm.
little thingy down inside your lock so that it knows there's a key in there. and then you use the other one to push up the tumblers
Yep.
into place. And
I love watching. Like, that's my favorite thing. I know that's dumb, but
Steve
like,
bought me one of those lock picking kits. It came with like a little clear padlock, so I can see what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah,
you're like,
That's
I'm a
awesome.
professional.
I will be. I will be. I gotta keep practicing though.
Come over one day and you're like, how'd I get in, Kim?
I gave up. The window's broken. No, but Dying Light is so much fun to play. Like, the story's super generic, but the gameplay and the mechanics, because
Okay.
it's first person, but you can parkour.
That would be fun.
And in the day there's zombie game, and they're just like normal Romero kind of zombies. There's a few ones that are, specialty ones,
Okay.
big ones that spit. But at night, the
All hell breaks loose.
yeah, the
at night.
volatiles come out and they can run. They jump up things and they're so hard to kill when you're lower
I
level.
love watching Dying Light.
So you're just and like UV light hurts them. They're almost like vampire. They're like the creatures from I Am Legend.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
But you're just running, you parkour up stuff, you throw little flares to get a little distance.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Dying Light 2 came out, right? Or is it about to come out?
You're thinking of State of Decay.
Am I? I thought Dying Light 2 was coming out.
They've been talking about it forever. I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, okay. Well, State of Decay is also cool looking.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm. He likes zombie games.
That one's like intensive resource management
Okay.
because you can be multiple people. Because you start like in State of Decay. I haven't played number 2. Number 1, you start off as a guy, and you like pick up resources. You move to like this little town, and you can either help to save people and get different people, and they can die, or you get somebody else. You essentially never have the same crew.
Oh, okay.
But you have to
Sounds
gather
interesting.
food. They take food. They take ammo. You can flip between different people.
I should check these games out. I don't have Game Pass though.
That one's old.
Neither do we.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
State of Decay is like old. You probably get it super cheap. Number 2 just came out like 4 years ago or something.
Number 2 came out 4 years ago?
I want to say.
What am I thinking of? I just
I have no
see it
idea.
all over the Xbox that says that it's just came out.
Unless
Let me look.
unless Dying Light 2 came out.
Let me look.
But yeah, Dying Light is you play it for the game mechanics. And it has one of the best has a hilarious bunch of like side quests and Easter eggs.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
One of them's you find all these pieces of a meteorite.
Dying Light you can get for $19.99. I know you like to buy the actual game, so
I like having a hard copy. I really
know.
do.
I didn't know until
I can't let you borrow games if I don't have a hard copy.
I know.
You
And don't forget, I have games for every one of these walkthroughs. So whatever you want to borrow, just let me know.
State of Decay Year 1.
Yeah, we got that.
Okay, well, I'm asking because I'm looking at it. State of Decay Year 1 is also $19.99, but State of Decay 2, the Ultimate or Juggernaut edition.
Well, I'd
I'll just click on one.
probably Juggernaut. I mean, that's the one with I don't know, maybe. They might have different.
$29.99
Just
for
up.
State of Decay 2.
Okay. And then maybe the Ultimate has more stuff and it's more expensive.
I have no idea.
Yeah, one of my favorite things in Dying Light was one of the developers put this little like hard to find box. There's like a little toolbox you kick and they pop up and there's like materials or blueprints.
Huh.
There's one you have to kick that's on the top of a building behind a bunch of stuff. You kick it like I think it's 100 times and it opens and it gives you plans to make like a really badass weapon for when you're really low level.
Oh.
He's like, I like to cheat. That's literally he put in there. He's like, I like to be OP all the time. And it's like,
Kicking something 100 times, though.
yeah, it was either 50 or 100, but it took forever.
Just standing there like.
Yep, you get it real early on. In
I like
the
how
game.
no one could see my feet either, so all you saw was this.
But yeah, there are a ton of side quests. There's goofy stuff in it. It's great.
I like a lot of side quests. Like, I really don't like playing through a game super fast. It's not
Yeah, what's
I don't
the point
enjoy
of
it
that?
as much.
Yeah, what's the point of that? I don't understand why
Like that
people
was
don't do that.
my only disappointment with BioShock Infinite was how fast I played through the game, because it was just so fun. Everything about the whole game was super smooth, easy to learn. Like, you picked up your powers really quickly, like got the hang of everything, swapping them out.
That's
like,
how all of Bioshocks are,
it's
though.
so much fun. But then I'm playing it maybe 3 days, and I beat it, and I was just, oh, why? Because it's, it's one of those games that's got a nice twist at the end. And once you've played through the twist, it's just like,
Shh, I don't know the
Damn.
twist yet.
that's what, I'm not going to tell you. It just,
I'm just saying.
made me a sad panda.
I love there's certain games that I don't care for side quests because they have to be good.
Yeah.
Like I always refer to like Arkham Knight. That's probably one of my favorite all-time games because there's so much. It's a little side quest, and then the chatter over the radio is great. It's hilarious when
It's been a long time since I've played that one.
when you come on to people and you can hear their conversations. It's great.
I loved watching him play that because he would just like, grappling hook over here and there and this and that, and then you'd come up on people's conversations like he's saying, and they would just be saying like dumb shit like, yeah, that Batman, he don't know nothing and blah blah blah. Like they'd just be saying all this
funny
bullshit.
what game developers will record.
Oh,
like
yeah.
from voice artists. I'm always
Yeah.
amazed by that. I'm like, really? Like, especially, I don't know, I can't stop talking about Borderlands 3, but there's some really interesting, like, random ass stuff that they say on there. Like, I'll be standing next to somebody, I'm like, what? What did you just say? Like, it's crazy, but I like it. I like that they, like, thought in that direction, too. Like, it wasn't just, like, normal, like, cookie cutter comments or stories. It was
Stuff
like,
that's relevant or funny.
relevant and comical, or like, that's really messed up. I can't believe that. Or
Oh yeah,
like,
that's the best kind of stuff.
I don't know. I like when when they put a lot of effort. Like, I'm gonna spend a lot of money on this game. I want you to
But the
make
details.
a decent game. Like, I'm not a little kid no more. I'm not gonna be excited about Hocus Pocus.
I love Hocus Pocus.
I'm talking the DOS game that was like a 2D.
I have no idea about
where
no
you're
Hocus
a little
Pocus
wizard
game.
and you're running on this 2D pixelated screen. It was like
Where
one
the
of those
screen
side
moves.
scrollers.
Yeah, I love those
Yep,
games.
we
so.
played that one. We played Jill of
Did
the
you ever
Jungle.
play Donkey Kong or
Oh, yeah.
Lion King or any of them?
Oh,
Those were
girl.
my
Oh,
favorite.
girl. Oh, girl. That Lion King game was...
The shit, wasn't it?
Jeez, Pete. There was
Wasn't
some
it
spots where
so
you're just
cool?
like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was.
God.
It was kind of hard in a way, but I fucking loved that game.
It was so much fun.
It's weird thinking about my childhood, and that's the shit that I remember. Donkey Kong, Lion King.
Yep, Donkey Kong, Lion King. We played Earthworm Jim. Had a lot of fun with that one.
That's
for the
the
computer.
one that I was
oh my
telling you
God.
about, babe.
That
I love
was
Earthworm.
so
I love
much
that game.
fun. Oh man, there was a couple other ones. We had the computer version of Mario Kart. It was called Wacky Wheels.
I don't
It was
know.
like
about-
same
yeah.
concept as Mario Kart, but it was so much fun.
That's what you had
I
like
don't know about that.
animals and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
that
I
was
remember that and you
so
shot the
much
hedgehogs and
yes,
stuff.
it was a blast.
I couldn't remember that
Those are precursor
forever.
Mario Kart was
Wacky-
Wacky Wheels.
Yeah. I remember playing that on old Windows 95.
Yes, oh my God, that was so much
I had no
fun.
idea what that game's name was.
Yep, it was Wacky
Forever.
Wheels. That was
You're
That was a
welcome.
blast. It was a blast. We had a lot of fun with that one. We had Rise of the Triad, which was my first person shooter game. Where like you're running around and killing monsters and demons and stuff. That was a lot of fun. And then no, that was Heretic. That was an old DOS game too, where it's a first person shooter and you're like running around and killing stuff. And no wait, that was Rise of the Triad was the first person shooter. Heretic was like old school RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
Really?
you remember this shit. I can't remember nothing.
I don't know, because I remember the important stuff.
My brother-in-law
I
played.
can't remember birthdays, but I remember video games I played like 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
I remember the shit that I played when I was 5. I'm like, what the hell? My first memory was when I was 16. What the hell?
My brother-in-law played a game. It was called Requiem, I think.
I remember that
You
game.
played as Michael the Archangel.
I remember that game.
But his name was Michael.
Got to play it like twice.
He was going through like, dark caverns and stuff, and he'd play like on his computer and like I think it was in their basement or in their office at the time. It would just be dark, and all you hear, he was like, I had to give it up because all I heard was Michael, and he's like, nope. Oh, I can't play it.
Oh man, yeah, that would freak me out too.
That would be kind of much.
Definitely some games where I gotta have a couple lights on when I'm playing it. Definitely.
There's a few games like that for me. Like when I very first started BioShock, I was a little scared. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little scary. But now I'm just like, shit, I want as dark as fucking possible. Like I want to be scared.
The first BioShock wasn't as scary as watching Steve play Fear. With
See,
all the lights off
I've never,
in the house.
I don't,
like,
I've never seen
like,
it or
I'm
played
gonna
it.
turn all the lights off. Like, made it super dark in the house, and I'm like, nope.
And all you can see is the screen, and you're just like,
dude, it was nope,
yeah,
nope. No. Unless I'm the one playing, no, because then I can look where I want to look. And
there's what's that game?
Man, there was one zombie game that we used to play where like you're running around, and every now and then you'd come across a crying zombie, a witch.
Left 4 Dead.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just about
that
to
was
say
so
that.
much
Left 4
fun.
Dead.
That was a
That
lot of
one
fun.
always freaked me out too. You're like trying to clear a building, and you just hear this. I'm like, shit.
Turn off your
lights. I hate you.
That's how I found one of my favorite songs was in the jukeboxing game, and it was called "Your Brains," and it was just this. It was sung from the perspective of the zombie, like trying to rationalize getting in, eat this guy's brains.
I think
It's so funny.
I swear I might have heard that on my Spotify. I listened to some interesting songs on my Spotify. Like I've got I made Kim listen to one called "Poisoning Pigeons in the Park." It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Or like
Sounds like it.
What did I hear?
it was "Poisoning Pigeons in the Park."
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the name of this game, so I'm not just on my phone, by the way.
The hardest game I've ever played is Ghosts and Goblins.
I don't think I've ever played that.
Oh my god, he constantly talks about this.
It's so fucking hard. No,
He
it is
constantly
the
talks
hardest
about
game
this.
ever.
He
It is-
seriously, like sometimes in the middle of the night, he'll just be like, "It's so hard."
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, he is. He's been talking about this our whole relationship. Like, you want to hear the hardest game I've ever played?
No.
Seriously,
Not that
he'll like
dramatic.
crack open a beer, like it ruined my childhood. Like he's upset about it for real.
No.
Oh my god.
Because it's a side scroller, and you
Okay.
start off and we have armor. You get hit once, you lose the armor. You get hit again, you die, and you start over.
Oh, that would
There are 3
suck.
stages, and you have to get through all 3 stages 3 times. But if you get hit and die, you start at the very beginning.
Yeah, no.
Even
I
if you're
can't
at the
think of that name of the
99%.
game.
I'd end up with a controller through the TV. Okay,
It's
the
so hard.
Poisoning Pigeons in the Park is by Tom Lehrer, Lehr.
Is that a
ER.
song or
It
what?
is a song.
Oh, okay. I know what
And
you're
it's
talking about now.
hilarious about how he likes to go with his lady on Sundays down to the park, and they serve the pigeons peanuts laced with cyanide.
That's messed up.
It's so funny. I got a lot of weird songs on here. A lot of weird songs. Like I've discovered a group called Garfunkel and Oates. It's really funny. It's these 2 chicks.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Yes,
they're comedians.
It's the go-kart racing
Yeah.
song. It's about how they're riding in a go-kart and things are happening downstairs because of the go-kart. It's funny. I don't know.
It's funny, the one girl who's the smaller, mousier girl,
Yes,
she was in Scrubs.
I remember her from.
She was Ted's girlfriend.
I remember her from. It's the show with the husband and wife, and the husband is Raymond's brother from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
I can't.
Everybody, it was like Robert. It's his spinoff.
Yeah, it was his
Yeah.
spinoff. She was the daughter on that until they
Oh,
replaced
okay.
her, and I was super bummed that they replaced her because she did a great job in that show.
Well, was it her leaving or them
I
leaving
don't
her?
know. I don't know. I kind
Because
of
you know
feel
how that
like-
goes.
I kind of feel like they went with another actress, and they shouldn't have because
Well, she might have wanted time off.
she looked like she could have been their kid Because she's
she would.
she's unique
Yeah, I know
looking.
yeah.
She's
I don't know
unique
who you guys
looking.
are talking about. I wasn't listening this whole time. I'm
Don't
not
worry
even
about
gonna lie. The game that I was talking about is The Evil Within and Prey.
Yeah. Pray.
Prey and Evil Within is the two games that I was trying to figure out. I had to go to my Steam account to figure out these games that I purchased that I still have yet to play, but I've watched so much gameplay on them that I'm like, I'm afraid to play this in the dark. Like, I'm genuinely afraid to play that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Prey has those little mimics that'll jump out at you.
Shh. Don't talk about that shit. But I want to be honest though, the game that I'm like dying to play is the SCP games.
Oh yeah, like Containment Breach and Unity.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those look so fun.
Oh yeah. It's like Containment Breach was the first one because
Do you know what an SCP is?
Maybe.
it's this online thing called the SCP Foundation on the wiki, and there's articles and they're just things, people, anomalies, and then people use them and write stories about them. It's all under Creative Commons.
Create say the first thing, what had happened. Like, someone wrote this article and people thought it was real.
It was
okay.
SCP-173, and then pretty people are pretty much sure it's kind of a knockoff from something from Doctor Who, the Weeping Angel.
Oh, okay.
It's like that,
well,
but
anyways,
it's a statue that snaps your neck when you blink.
Yeah, Arthur's like
Ah.
obsessed in a way about these SCPs.
They're
We
so
watch
good.
it every night when I'm trying to sleep, and every night I have nightmares over
They're not
this shit.
all horror.
They're not all horror, but a lot of them are like creepy. Like there's some weird shit, and I personally cannot sleep to that shit. But there's a game now, the SCP Foundation. Speaking
SCP
of
Containment Breach.
Containment Breach. But there's actually a movie out, a little clip of a movie or something, a trailer. What would you call
Well,
it?
it's like 20 some odd minutes. It's a full movie.
Okay, it's a full movie, but that is really fucking cool.
Yeah,
But
it's-
anyways, this game, I really want to play it because there's an SCP. Which SCP is it that if you blink, you die?
173.
Is that the one that
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, though?
Yeah. Peanut.
Okay, you're just walking through this, like, facility, and random SCPs will come up. There's ones that can walk through the wall. There's ones that are just like staplers. There's ones that are like this or that. But there's this one that will come up, and if you blink, it will have like a little bar right here at the bottom, and that's your blinking time. And if you blink, you die.
Oh, God.
So you have to go out of the room before this SCP. So you have to like watch it the whole time, walking in reverse, trying to open the door. And I'm just like, I really want to play this game because it looks super fun. Like, it
Yeah.
looks like, because there's all these different types of SCPs. There's ones that you can't, do this with or that with, and you have to kind of know what you have to do.
It's basically
Oh,
because
okay.
you start off as what they call a D class, and their D means disposable. You're a test subject,
Okay.
and there's a containment breach. Your cell opens, and you have to recontain all these SCPs and stop the site nuke from going off.
Oh, see, I didn't know the story. I just thought you were just walking around trying to do shit.
No,
Oh, okay.
Because
And,
I've
like-
seen the gameplay a lot of times, and I love watching it because it's super fun. Because it's also Markiplier.
he made it like popular with
Yeah,
with
that's
normies.
who I'm watching anyways when I'm seeing it, and he's just always like, "Oh my god!" like freaking out the whole time, and I'm just like, I love watching you because it's fun, it's entertaining.
Yep. And there's ones that are beneficial to you, ones you can use to not die, and all that.
Cool. That's way cool.
So
That's fine.
okay,
Okay. Just warning you.
don't forget your headphones.
You all right?
It's the leather, the legs on her shorts.
Oh yeah, it'd stick to you.
Stick. It's not fun.
Time out. Pause.
I'll be quick.
You think it would be this cold down here, but yeah, I wanna.
Are you cold? Because I feel fine.
No, I'm just saying it's colder down here than upstairs.
Oh,
But yeah, I want to play Containment Breach or
I
Unity.
really want to play those SCP games.
Yeah, the Unity looks amazing. It's like Containment Breach, but super upgraded.
I'm fine with either one. I'm just saying I want to play it.
Mm-hmm. They look great. I just wonder because they put more in Unity, like the it's what is it called? Here Be Dragons. I think it's codenamed or whatever. The box of the origami dragons that come out.
My question is, though, do they tell you what SCP is what? Do you have some type of guide of what SCP?
There's those the containment procedures that you find, the files.
Okay, but what I'm saying is if you walk into a room and SCP-63, I don't know, I'm just throwing out a number, is there, how do you know how to react to that if you don't know what it is?
Trial and error. Like, 173 because he's at the very beginning.
Well, I know 173 because that's the first one.
But no, you find
SCP.
you find the
Did you go? How the hell? What the hell? It's been like a second.
Yeah, I always pee quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's the
She's like, touch, I'm done.
peed a little on the way up.
The whole way up, just like, shh. You got that shiwi going
got
like.
carpet on the stairs, dude. No, I don't aim like that.
It'd be awesome if you did, though, for real.
It would be super
I would be
awesome.
like watching, like, fuck yeah, this is
pretty good
impressive.
aim outside if I got like a flat, like something flat I can put my back against. I got pretty good aim outside.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I almost.
It's
write my
pretty
name in the
impressive
snow.
how good we can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're like focusing.
Mm-hmm. It is quite amazing. It is.
Oh, there's also that SCP Blackout. That's like the VR game that came out.
There's a virtual reality.
Yeah, it's one of the VR sets, and you're in a.
No.
Yeah, I think you're at Site 19, and there's like this when you come out. There's like there's like certain one. There's one that's like almost looks like a fungus growing in one room, and then like certain patrons. It was kind of cool because the certain people, it was either patrons or people on the Kickstarter. They got their own offices for high tier members, and it would say Doctor whatever, and they could kind of customize the rooms and stuff like that. I think they did that with SCP Unity as well.
I feel like you would actually really be interested in SCPs, like if you look into it, because
There's no canon.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just like it's an amazing, like I said, it seriously started out where someone just wrote a story and everyone's like, "What the hell? Like, is this real? Is this not?"
It
like,
looked because it wasn't a story; it was a containment procedure sheet.
Oh, okay.
It says item number SCP-173, gives a description, and it gives containment procedures on it, and you're like, what?
That's how it is at night. Like when we watch it TV, like at night, it'll be like SCP-00173,
Object class, Euclid.
Object
all
class,
that stuff.
Euclid,
Yeah,
this and
special
that.
containment procedures.
Yeah, and then it will be like, this one is blah, 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 and it's just saying it, and then it's just like 00, like saying all these numbers and shit. I'm just like, what the hell is this shit? Like, what the fuck?
It's very like clinical in the way they do it, but those are just the files, and then people use those and other characters they've created, and you make your own story.
Oh, okay.
There's tons of different stories, canon, like Dr. Bright. He's
kind of interesting.
He's been everything.
You have to
from,
look into it. We'll show you that movie when we get up there. It's amazing.
Like Dr. Bright has been everything from the most tragic character ever, because he's effectively immortal because his soul's trapped in an amulet. Anyone who touched the amulet, he takes over their body.
Whoa.
And if they drop the amulet, they become brain dead. So he's been everything from like, I'm the god of death, to fighting I think it was Dr. Clef in a Walmart over the last Nintendo Wii. Yeah.
Oh.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
That's
It can be funny. It can be scary. It can be anything. It's amazing. It's all about your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys ever play that Ghostbusters game that came out like 6-7 years ago?
I love the movie, though.
It was so, like, you were a new recruit tagging along with the original Ghostbuster crew. Like, they got those actors to voice the characters.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
It was like playing the movie. It was so much fun. Like, you're walking through the hotel.
Xbox?
And I think so. I think I
Okay.
remember playing it on the giant original Xbox controllers. But it was so much fun. Or it might have been 360.
Yeah,
It
but
might
it'll
have
still
been
work on the
360.
Xbox One.
Yeah. No, I don't remember if it was for original Xbox or I'm pretty sure it was for 360.
Let me
You'd have
just
to
look.
double check your backwards compatibility. Of
It was
course.
probably for all the systems at the time.
I think so. It was so much fun though. I put my headphones on and just like shut some lights off so I'd be kind of dark, and I'd get startled playing that game because you'd be walking and you wouldn't see anything coming, and then all of a sudden here comes a ghost to freak you out, and it was a lot of fun. I had a blast playing that game. That was
It came out in 2009.
I don't remember, dude.
Ghostbusters, the video game, came out June 16th, 2009.
Holy crap.
Ghostbusters,
wow,
the video
11
game,
years.
is a 2009 action-adventure game based on Ghostbusters media
Yes,
franchise.
ma'am. That's the one.
Okay, well, it's Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Hmm.
I did remember it came out for both at the time, but it was just, that was a lot of fun. I got addicted to that one too, real bad, because I love the Ghostbuster movies.
Mm-hmm.
They were
I
just-
loved
They
those
were awesome,
movies.
man. Like, everything about them was good. Like,
It's a
it
classic.
was good enough that I could overlook any little flaws that were in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I liked it a lot.
You know they
Uh,
wanted Eddie Murphy.
Yes,
And
and I'm
that-
kind of happy they didn't
Yeah.
get him, because I don't think he would have done
He
as
would
good a job.
overshadowed.
Yeah,
He
would
would
Yeah.
have been too energetic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, they
What's,
did a good
uh,
job. I even liked the chick remake that they did, like remake but
I
not a
haven't
remake.
seen that. I haven't
It
seen
was
that.
good. It's not.
Everyone talks so much shit about it.
I enjoyed it because it was not the way they approached it. They did not approach it like, we're gonna remake the original movies with girl Ghostbusters. Like, it
Mhm.
was its own little.
Kind of like the
Story
new
to it.
Jumanji movie.
Yes, and
I
I was
liked
super
that.
pleased with the way they did those, because I'm like, do not mess with my original.
That is
Jumanji.
actually a sequel.
What?
The
yeah,
Rock.
the new Jumanji movies are sequels to the
Yep. 'Cause
first one, and
yeah.
that's why I was so pleased with it, because they didn't remake it. They
Mhm.
How is that a sequel?
Remember when they're
they bury the game at the end of the very first Jumanji movie, and at the beginning of the first of the two new Jumanji movies.
There's
They-
two new Jumanji movies?
Well, there's new Jumanji and then Jumanji: The Next Level,
I've seen the one with The Rock.
which
yeah, that's
he's
the
in both of
first
them.
one. That's the first
It's the
sequel.
same.
So the sequel.
The same four characters that play the same four actors that play the characters in the Jumanji game are
Mhm.
the same four actors that play the characters in the second Jumanji. The only thing that changes is the player of the character. Where
Okay.
like the football player was The Rock in the first
Yeah.
one. He's not The Rock in the second one.
Oh, okay.
He's a different
New set of
character.
kids,
Yeah.
or
Okay, so
there's
how's that a sequel
two
though?
kids
Because when they go into the world, remember when the guy who had the mosquito allergy thing?
Yeah.
Well, his little place was Robin Williams. That's where that was his little hut.
Yep.
And the game from the first movie just metamorphosed into the video game.
Yes, because he didn't play the board game. Like, he just looked at it and threw it aside, and the game like realized that it needed to update itself, so it turned itself into a console, and that's how they did the first one. And I was just, I don't know, like, there's a lot of movies that they have, I thought were gonna redo, and they didn't. They just continued the story, and it just made me so happy, so happy. Like the Mary Poppins, I'm like, really? But
I have
then it
not
was
seen
Mary
that.
Poppins Returns. It wasn't, we're going to remake this classic film from back in the day
Yeah,
and completely ruin it like they've done with a few movies where I'm like, I just want to punch you. Why?
Yeah, Mary Poppins was blue and had the arrow he killed people with.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it.
It's okay.
You're awful.
It's okay.
Mary
That cracked me up
Poppins, y'all.
so bad when they Mary
was
Poppins the
great.
shit out of that. I'm like, they're seriously Mary Poppinsing that right now. All right.
It was perfect.
I
they
love
went
that
there,
moment.
and I loved it.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Those are some of my like favorite for the like Marvel world movies. Like, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
I feel like there's a lot of good
so
Marvel
much.
movies.
I was so
DC movies
devastated
are like here.
at the end of
Yeah.
Infinity War, because like the characters I really connected
Spoilers.
with and loved the most were the Guardians.
They weren't as well utilized.
Yeah,
But
they
they
weren't,
had-
but like I just instantly I loved the way they wrote each single character. I connected better with those characters than I did with
You know
a
why
lot
you
of
like
the other
them?
ones.
You know why you like them?
Why?
Because you
Why?
like Farscape.
You're right. You're right.
And they're the same characters.
You're
they just
totally
they
right.
just knocked off Farscape.
yeah. I'm
To be
kinda
honest, I
happy.
fucking loved Farscape.
Me
But
too.
to be honest, DC movies are like here.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Marvel movies are way.
Yeah, 'cause they
I don't
rushed
even
them.
know if the
People
camera's
watch
reaching my
DC
hand.
movies? No, I'm just kidding. I
did a whole podcast about that.
I definitely prefer Marvel to DC just because they
Marvel
haven't.
movies are so good.
Well, I wish DC that's an awesome comic line, guys. Come
Yeah,
on,
DC comics are better.
I don't understand
I
why
like the DC
mo-
comics, but I do not like the DC comic movies because
Yeah, but
they
why
haven't.
can't they make a good movie? What's the problem here?
They can, but they try to rush to catch up to Marvel.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
no,
but they
we will
shouldn't
wait
do
for
that.
the movie,
Take the
guys. We
time.
will wait for it to look awesome. We will, I don't care if you got to push it back 6
comic book
months,
people
8
will.
months, like
But-
hardcore fans where you're gonna make
realistically, I understand. I know exactly what you're gonna say. At the end of the day, I feel like any person's gonna wait for that because that's just what's in.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people that aren't even comic booky are gonna be like, "Hey, a new Batman movie's out. Let's go watch
That's
it."
not what I was gonna say.
Oh, you're not gonna say
No.
like, "Oh, comic book people will wait." I feel like every
No,
person would wait.
Comic book people will wait. Normal people will go, I've had 10 years of superhero movies. Can we get something else? Because they're already starting to get burned out on Marvel stuff.
Well, so they keep,
Yeah, but that's Marvel stuff. DC's
But
completely
they don't
different.
care.
Yeah, but they
normal
haven't-
people don't care.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Just your average moviegoer.
Okay,
general
well, I understand that,
population.
but people can't seriously just be like, I've seen Iron Man enough. I don't want to see anything of Batman.
No, they will because
Well-
they're just like superheroes. I'm done with this. I want
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
next
I
big
understand.
thing.
No, I understand that,
because
but
I'm not
it's not the same
wanting
thing.
to watch any new Batman movies. Ben Affleck kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah,
with the Batman, like I was so disappointed with the Superman versus Batman. I'm like, really? All because your mom has the same first name as each other? Oh my God, who do I punch in the mouth first?
You didn't like Batfleck?
It was awful.
He
Ben
has-
Affleck was terrible as Batman.
He has the best stature out of all the Batman, though. I will
Yes.
give him that.
But I can never, I don't know, he's always chasing Amy to me. Always. Like, I will never be able to see
great.
him as serious like that because he's married to Jennifer Lopez. Come on now. Like, that was already, nope, nope,
Nope.
nope,
Nope.
nope,
Nope.
no.
Nope.
Yeah.
I can't take him serious. So when, like, you're going to step into a role like that, like, that, he,
So my question is, sorry not to cut you off, but is Ben Affleck like the forever Batman now, or
No.
what?
He's already, he's
God,
like,
no.
I'm
He's
done doing
like-
it.
freaking.
He's what?
He said he's done doing it.
Oh, is it because everyone didn't like him, or?
No, it's because the movies were terrible.
Well, and,
Oh,
you know, and
okay.
you can't, if the movie's written badly, the actors, there's only so much they can do with the script that they're given.
You know who I really like though? Not to change subject. Daredevil. Ryan Reynolds plays the perfect Daredevil.
What?
Ryan?
No.
No, not
No, he doesn't.
Daredevil.
No, he did a really
Deadpool.
good job. in-
Deadpool. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Ben Affleck played Daredevil.
Yeah, I got confused because I was thinking about
which
Ben
I
Affleck.
liked
so-
that movie.
To be honest, I did
liked
too.
that one.
I
Like,
did too.
I mean,
I
there's
didn't know, for not knowing absolutely anything about the Daredevil comic books at all, that was a really nice introduction to that character.
Yes,
There's-
I agree
there's-
100%.
Because
some
it's
goofy
like,
parts they could have left out.
But as
But-
you know, from like total, I didn't grow up reading comic books.
No, I mean
grew
like
up
from a
playing-
movie watching perspective.
It doesn't matter. We liked it.
I thought it was good. I thought it explained his powers really well.
Mm-hmm.
I liked everything about the Daredevil movie.
I loved it. Yeah.
I was really pleased with it. And then to watch the travesty of him as Batman, I'm like, really,
What
dude?
the fuck?
Like, I don't know. Like, the movie was badly written. Like, it wasn't, I don't know if it wasn't cast properly or what. I did like the young man who played Lex Luthor in that movie. I thought he did a pretty good job for
No,
like a
that was-
baby Lex Luthor.
No, that was terrible.
But
That was
Have you
awful.
seen any of the Netflix specials?
what do you mean?
Daredevil.
the Netflix Avengers?
Yeah.
Yes, I haven't seen the Avengers one. I've been watching. Steve and I watched a little bit of he watched more of the Daredevil one than I did.
It's amazing.
It was good. I really liked it a lot.
It's amazing.
He did a really good job with it. I
We
tried to
met
get
that
into
actor.
Jessica Jones, but I couldn't really get
Okay,
into
how
that
about-
one.
Remember Wilson Fisk?
Mm-hmm.
The Kingpin.
Yes.
Imagine Jesse Eisenberg playing that and doing the exact same thing. Would you say that would be a good Wilson Fisk?
Who's Jesse Eisenberg?
Oh.
He played Lex.
When I
Oh.
think Wilson Fisk, I think of the actor from The Cell, like the Gotham TV series Fisk. Like, I can't think of his name.
No, but I
Saving
mean, he's a well educated. When he walks in the room, he owns it.
Yeah.
That's how Lex is supposed to be.
Well, and I don't know. That's why, like, I thought he did a good job at it, but it should have been more like a Gotham TV
I never watched
series
Gotham.
style.
Okay, so I don't
Gotham
know.
is really, I like it a lot. It's got like a baby Joker in it. It's got like everybody in their teenage years. So like he would have been a good Fisk in that one.
Well, it was
Because
Fisk
it was
wasn't
just,
isn't
he
in
didn't,
DC.
or not Fisk, Luthor.
Lex.
He would have been a good Lex Luthor in that
Yeah,
one.
but he's a Superman villain though.
Well, the best Wilson Fisk was the guy who played in Daredevil.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I
perfect.
beg to differ.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
No, he represents Fisk 100%.
100%.
Or wait, maybe it is that guy that I'm thinking of. Hang on.
Who I was originally thinking of was Green Arrow. That's what Ryan Reynolds did at
Green
one.
Lantern.
Green
Green
Lantern.
Lantern.
Sorry.
That movie was terrible.
Yeah,
Vincent
forever ago.
D'Onofrio. This is who plays Fisk in the Gotham series, and he is fabulous.
He's not. There's no Fisk in Gotham.
Or, I don't.
Lex Luthor.
No, he plays Fisk in something, and I can't think of what. So I'm gonna look at it really quick because it's gonna drive me up the friggin' wall. He's in Law and Order: Criminal Intent. He's in Daredevil. He's in Full Metal Jacket.
That's probably Daredevil. He probably plays.
That's what it was. Okay.
Wilson Fisk.
TV show?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is absolutely like, this is who I think of when I think of Fisk now.
That's Fisk,
Yeah.
right?
Because he is just wonderful in that
exactly.
role.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely
He's perfect.
wonderful.
But
like,
that's
the kid who played Lex Luthor. I don't know. Like, it should have been like everybody figuring out how to use their gadgets and powers and stuff. Kind of Lex Luthor. You know what I mean? Like, he seemed like too infantile for the adult Batman and adult
'Cause
Superman that he was
he's-
encountering.
he's supposed to be an adult. He's supposed to be as old as Superman
Yeah, he
because they were
didn't.
friends.
He didn't come across like that.
But the what like when I had my other podcast with Levi, I alluded. They really allude, and I give him kind of a pass because they allude to him being Lex Luthor Jr. That's the only
Oh.
reason I give him any credit. For
Okay. Well, if they're gonna come at it like that, then yeah, that
because he talks about his father having a stern hand and being cold.
I didn't catch that because
Yeah.
I was so disappointed with
There, if you like,
the bad writing of the movie. Just the whole Martha. My mom's name is Martha, and it's
See,
it's all a
I get
misunderstanding
that.
over a name.
no, I get that. I told Levi, like when you lose a parent, a name really does. It hits you different, and that's how I feel. So I understand that, but they could have done it better.
Yes, and I was super disappointed they didn't do a better job of it.
And
with
like,
as much as we were, like fans were looking for a movie like that, and they didn't really deliver as like I
There-
was hoping.
I could do a whole podcast about what I want different about that movie. And then they just should have had Superman should be 100% different. He's not Superman. He's terrible. And they should have had.
He's the one that they've been having play Superman for so long,
Mm-hmm.
which I've never liked how he's played Superman. I don't think I've watched hardly any of the Superman movies.
There's only that and Batman v Superman. It's only Man of Steel and Batman v Superman that he's in, and Justice League now.
I was super disappointed with that one too.
Yeah, a lot of that is because
Those DCs are just keep.
no, a lot of
dropping
that's
the ball on
because Snyder's. He had a family member die, and he quit halfway through, and then
Oh,
Joss Whedon picked
okay.
it up. That's why it's so totally different and weird.
Then they should have just let Joss do it.
No,
No offense.
No.
I'm a huge Joss Whedon fan.
he shouldn't do. He should stick with Marvel. He shouldn't do DC movies, like the whole Batman, when Batman and Superman, when he was Superman's like, oh, I thought you wanted me dead. He's like, oh, I didn't say I didn't like you. Like Batman would never say that.
Well, it's probably because Joss didn't get it from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But he wrote that part in there though.
Right,
He didn't have
but
to.
he
He didn't
had
have to put that in
He
there.
had to pick up from somebody else.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
I
he
don't
could have
know.
had better dialogue
Yeah.
that fits Batman.
Yeah.
Batman has humor, but in one of my favorite moments was from the animated it was either one of the series, it was in the animated series, Justice League, or one of the movies. It might have been Infinite or Christ on Two Earths, where Flash is out and they're testing the teleporter in the watchtower.
Okay.
And Flash is mid-sentence and Batman teleports him. And he's like, "What? You've never tested this?" He's like, "I just did," and walks away. And then Diana's like, "No, he's done it. He wouldn't do that to you." But that's like his kind of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
I don't know. I'm a big Joss Whedon fan. Like, I think he does a really good job when he, I don't know, like Serenity, Firefly, Angel, Buffy. There's a few others that he's done.
That's
that were
easy
just
because that's what he made.
fabulous. But it's hard. I know it's hard to come in when somebody else is already, you know.
That's why they're releasing the Snyder Cut.
Ah.
Yeah. Fans, there was enough fan like write-ins and outrage. So they're like, "No, Snyder Cut," because this garbage heap of Justice League doesn't make sense.
What are you guys talking about?
Justice League, the movie.
I was super disappointed about that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went over, like Levi and I went over all this, how it should have been. You gotta listen to it. We went way off track with
She will
superhero
have to
movies.
listen to it at work because that's the only, like, it's like 2-3 hours long. So
Yeah, it's
it'll
almost
get you
3. It's
through.
like 250.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
man.
get you through the first part of your day before a break or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's like, I
Check
ain't
it
listening to that.
it's on actual podcast services too.
I know.
So
I have a hard time.
Listening
Listening
to
to
talking heads.
So it's hard for me to listen to podcasts because I tune them out, especially because, I don't know, like just with sometimes listening to Steve's videos, like I don't really give a crap about these random possible like encounters or here's all these random facts and what do you think? I don't care. I don't care. Do you have a degree? Did you read a book on it? Do you have any actual knowledge you gleaned yourself, or did you learn all this from somebody else's findings that you watched a video on, but you didn't actually do any I don't know. I don't like those conspiracy things. It just drives me nuts. Like, I don't know. Like it was you posted the Joe Rogan thing.
that was fun.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I don't know. I know there's a lot of people out there that'll watch that stuff.
It
and
said
like,
something like
you're 100% informed because of something you learned on Joe Rogan's podcast, but you didn't actually like research it yourself. Like,
yeah, look it up.
Oh, it's
I don't
like
know,
that
the
thing
way
that I
your
posted.
meme was better than the way I just said it.
It was debating in one on a topic which you learned about watching Joe Rogan, and it has Homer saying everyone is stupid except me.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel sometimes.
Oh.
Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, anybody can post anything they want to on YouTube, on the internet for you to watch and listen to.
Anybody can post anything on Wiki too.
Yeah.
Anything, anybody can
So,
post anything on anything.
If you're not going to crack a book or do the research yourself,
Well, how do you know what to research if anything can be posted?
I don't know, dude. Like, if you have a question instead of going to Wikipedia, because
Who goes to Wikipedia?
Joe Blow decided he's going to tell you what he thinks.
Joe Blow?
I don't know. Joe Blow, Joe Dildo.
I'll give Joe Rogan credit though, because he has experts on people like professors and stuff.
Yes. And I don't know. So he's doing a lot of the
I know,
Corona
but-
talk lately.
Yeah, I
and so
know.
I just can't listen to it. And I told Steve, I'm like, I can't listen to his podcast right now.
I know.
I don't want to hear about you talking about other crap around the world. I don't care anymore, dude. Nope, I can't.
I get that he has professionals on there, but what people don't understand is there's professionals for both sides of parties. Do you get what I'm saying?
You
Like,
can-
he has that on
But
there.
you can find an expert for anything.
that's what I'm saying. There's
Even
experts
if
on the
it's
wrong part, there's
nonsense.
experts on
Yeah,
the right
that's what I
part.
mean, like-
it's hard to know what's true anymore with the internet, to be honest.
And
It's
that's
really,
why
it is
you
really
can't
hard.
glean all your information from that. Like, you have to be willing to put in the time and effort to learn these things yourself. You can't just like, oh, well, this video said that's the truth, so that's got to. No.
Joe Rogan said it. That's true.
No. Sorry,
You don't
dude.
like it? Sorry, Joe Rogan said it was true.
Sorry,
I believe
Joe
him.
Rogan eats only meat, and That's
No,
crazy.
He does like
No,
a
he
keto
doesn't do
diet.
that.
He did the carnivore diet for only like 2 weeks.
But
He did it for about a month just to test it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was pooping intense, so he stopped.
Well, yeah, because you're not meant to eat only meat. We're omnivores. We are not carnivores.
Mm-hmm.
We're like bears. We need all of the
This podcast
things.
went way off the rails.
Is it upsetting to you?
No, it's just like
Annoying to
way
listen to
off the
sometimes.
rails.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather listen to Bill yell lately.
I love Bill's podcast though.
Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Bill Yell. Like
He'll
that's
just
a
randomly
Yeah, I'd rather
be
podcast.
listen to
like-
him
No,
like,
like-
yell.
Like the podcast called like the Bill Yell podcast.
Oh, no,
I'm
I
like,
haven't
who's
found
Bill
that one
Yells?
yet. Yeah.
Like
It's
I
Bill
love.
Burr's other podcast.
He'll just
where it's only yelling all the time when the girls and the baby aren't home.
he'll just randomly be like, "You guys see the weather?" Like
I love him. He's so goofy. Like
Bill Burr's my
he is one
favorite
of
comedian.
the happiest angry people I've ever heard in my life. Like
It's weird
you can
because
hear the smile when he's yelling, and it's just the cutest thing ever. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
I connect with Bill Burr. Like
me too.
as fucked up as I feel like I am, like as angry and this and that, I'm just like Bill Burr's that way, and I feel like I'm the same way as Bill Burr. I really do. I feel
the
like we're
only-
connected.
The only thing he and I like butt heads on, like the only thing I like butt heads on him with is he wants to yell at people in his neighborhood that are outside walking outside without a mask on. And if you're outside and you're by yourself, then what the hell is the point of putting a mask on?
Mm-hmm.
If you're exercising outside, you should not be wearing a mask. Period. You know?
Have you listened to the Bill
And
Burt
he gets
podcast?
so mad. Yes, he gets so mad.
No,
when
the
people-
Bill Burt.
Oh no,
Bill
not
Burr and
Bill
Burt
Burr.
Kreischer.
Oh Lord.
Because it's just pretty much him shitting on Burt for like an hour.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's great.
I don't know. I don't really follow any podcasts on my phone at all.
I haven't listened to him in a long time.
I don't even have a podcast app anymore.
See, you're not
I deleted it.
not even a fan of ours. Why do we even have you on here? No, I'm just kidding.
I've been listening to a lot of Past Gas.
I don't listen to mine because I can't stand the sound of my voice. But I've watched some of the other ones you guys have done, but it's hard for me to get past the talking heads thing. Like it really, really is. No offense to you guys at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when you
It's
grow
not
up
everyone's
listening to
thing.
Rush Limbaugh day in and day out in the car, you really have a hard time listening to people talk.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I don't always have time to watch your podcast, which makes it a lot
Mhm.
easier. Like I'd rather watch it than listen to it because it's like, all right, teacher's talking, got to tune it out kind of thing.
Right,
you know?
like how
all
much
right.
longer till work's over?
Yeah, and it's just I hate to do that because sometimes I want to listen to it. Like I occasionally listen to Neil deGrasse
Mm-hmm.
Tyson.
Ooh,
It's
I
just-
love
it's
Star
hard,
Talk.
really hard for me to just listen because I'm a very visual learner.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's
am
hard
I.
to just take stuff in auditorily. It's really difficult sometimes.
I've always been a hands-on learner.
hands-on,
Or
a visual
visual.
learner, but
Mm-hmm.
just listening, like I don't retain it.
It's half the time because when you're talking to me the whole time, like you could be like, number one, first thing we do is whatever. And then number two, this. And the whole time I'm still in my head going, okay, number one, we got to do this. Like I'm still like thinking about other shit versus watching it. I'm like, oh, this is easy as shit. Just do this.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I can never learn just listening.
Yeah, I've always been a super visual learner. Like, I don't know, Wade went on a trip out west as
That makes
kids and-
sense.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We went on a trip out west, and my dad got us climbing lessons in Colorado. We were in Yellowstone at Needles National Park, and the guy got our harnesses on us, and I'm watching him tie the rope on my brother's harness, and he turned around to tie mine, and I had watched him do it and done it myself. He's like, that's perfect. He's like, you've never done this before? I'm like, it's just
See,
how
I'm
I
the same
absorb
way.
information. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm so jealous of your childhood. The shit you talk about, I'm just like, what the fuck?
You wouldn't have been jealous of the butt whoopings.
Would I have been?
No, not at all. Not at all. We never got grounded, ever. We only got butt whoopings.
That's fine with me.
Butt whoopings. Not fun.
I got butt whoopings too, but we didn't get grounded ever. Like my mom would be like, you're not going anywhere. And then 10 minutes later, like, All
Wait till your
right.
dad gets home. That was always the favorite. Wait till your dad gets home. Because, once we got big enough, mom's spankings really didn't.
Do anything.
Like, after my brother got spanked, mom had the wooden spoon like all moms did back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And he was laughing while she was spanking his butt.
Because it's funny when your mom spanks you.
So she just wasn't getting the effects. So after that, she had dad do it when he got home
Well,
from
I
work.
feel like every kid is afraid of the wait till dad gets
yeah,
home.
that's scary, yo.
Because
Dads are scary sometimes.
I know, but it's the whole fact of dads work hard all day, then come home to a wife that's upset.
Already,
you know what I mean?
up their butt the minute they walk in the door because something your child did.
Yeah, like dads were gonna kick your ass.
Yeah,
and that's how
oh
it
yeah.
was.
It's like you
Like,
got an
even if dads
extra
were
SWAT
seriously-
because they had to do it.
Well, it's even if your dad was just took you in the other room, like, dude, what the fuck? I just want to have a good day. Like, stop. Like, even then, you were still like, all right, like, I'm kind of scared.
Dad, I'm sorry. Please don't
But
talk
like
to me
moms,
again.
you were with them all the time. Like, yeah, whatever. Okay, mom,
Yeah,
do whatever you want. Just calm down.
yeah, oh yeah.
I think you're over dramatizing it, but whatever.
So we terrorized my mom sometimes. My brother loved to like hide around the house and he'd jump out and scare the crap out of her. He always stopped when she started crying. Like that last time he scared her real good. And she started crying and he stopped doing it for a while. Not forever, but for a while. For a while. But, oh man. We get so off topic on your podcast, but we cover so much
Yeah, with that we
like
do.
material.
There's a lot of material.
Did
right
you
there.
figure
I
out
know.
your fist situation?
What?
Fisk? Yeah.
Oh,
it
Okay,
was,
I
it
went
was
to
the,
the bathroom, so
it was
I
the right
confused.
actor.
I heard
Okay,
talking
yeah.
fist
about.
situation
No.
and I got scared.
You're like, I'm scared. Let me call my dad right
That's
now.
not why I
Help me."
came over, guys. I was joking with her. If I got too drunk, I'd just stumble over to my dad's. So I can drive me home.
No, we got a yard you could pass out in.
Nah,
Fine.
we're gonna take her home. Call Steve. Like,
That's
Steve,
been a
come
while
get her
since
ass.
I've been that drunk that I've had to like just hang out in
Where
the
does-
yard for a while.
Hey, it's like, hey
bad.
guys, I'm gonna go home, and then like an hour later, see you still out there. Like, what are you doing? I'm gonna go home when I feel like
Yep,
it. Just
when
give
the
me.
world stops spinning madly. Remember the first time we went out to all three bars when we first moved into the trailer park in Grand Ledge. We walked to all three bars, and by the time we got back to the trailer park, I had to hold on to the fire hydrant in the lawn of the office for dear life while I proceeded to empty everything out of me that I had ingested that night. And then it still took me another 10 minutes to walk down the road a little farther to my house.
That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's one time I couldn't get Steve in the house because I couldn't get him up the stairs. We were so hammered that he just kind of fell over in the front yard. I'm like, I'm just going to leave you here for a little while.
You're like, I'm going to bed. See you later.
So I remember one time, Reno's North used to be Rookies, and I used to live there for karaoke Tuesday through Saturday. I remember one night Steve brought a pint into the bar with him, drank like 4 pitchers with his buddies and the pint, and called me the next day to let me know he had woke up at the neighbor's yard because the dogs were licking his face. Like he climbed over the fence behind Reno. Like there's this big field behind Reno's, and then there used to be a fence at the end of the field that separated the road they lived on. He managed to flop himself over the fence and then passed out in the neighbor's front yard. I'm like, man.
At least the dogs were friendly. That's all I got to say.
His dogs were awesome. But yeah, it was interesting because I'm like, call me when you get home, and he never called me.
That's great.
And then the next day, he's like, yeah, I passed out in Dwayne's front yard. I'm like, oh, God. I love you, but oh, God. So, yeah, that's why I don't drink so often no more. It's not fun to get that drunk, man.
I don't understand. Like I said, I don't understand the point of getting drunk.
I
But
like
it's just enough.
Getting a nice buzz and then keeping it all
Riding
night.
it. Yep.
All right, we're at hour and 50, so
Holy
I think it's a good
Good time for Katie
time.
to shut the hell up.
good time to wrap it up.
Woo, video games, you guys.
Yeah.
Play them
Explore.
all.
Yeah, explore your mind. and
Figure
play
out
some
what you
games.
like.
Mhm.
And then buy a walkthrough.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's episode 14, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
See you later, guys.